Senator Bernie Sanders said Sunday he believes former President Trump will have similar views of the Israeli-Hamas war to those of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu if he is reelected. To those people who are saying, well, I can't support Harris because she disagrees with Trump on that issue, he will be closest to Netanyahu, Sanders said on CNN State of the Union. I looked for a clip of it, I couldn't find it. Maybe they'll post it later or tomorrow. Sanders said he thinks Vice President Harris can be moved on that issue of the Israeli-Hamas war. Harris has called for a ceasefire deal and pushed for the war in Gaza to end, but she faces scrutiny from both sides, from people who want to see Hamas defeated and those who call for the end of the war in Gaza. So if we are able to elect Harris, I think we're going to have an opportunity to move her on that issue. To make it clear, we cannot allow children in Gaza to starve to death, Sanders said. She will be open to that. I doubt Trump will. The Biden administration has pressed Netanyahu for nearly a year to negotiate a ceasefire deal. U.S. officials have said the Israeli leader agreed to one privately before later backing away. Trump met with Netanyahu this summer at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, a day after Netanyahu met at the White House with President Biden and Harris. Trump this week lauded the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, predicting that Sinwar's death would ease up peace negotiations in Gaza, where war has raged for more than a year. I think it makes it easier, Trump said, and I'm glad that Bibi decided to do what he had to do. So, one of the problems with running as an incumbent vice president to a president who's not really that popular, or people are kind of, mixed on, is that anything that he does, you have to cloak yourself in or try to distance yourself from, depending on how much people like it or don't like it. And this is a big part of the reason why you haven't seen a sitting vice president elected president in over 30 years, because it's hard to look like you're going to do something different from the person that you are effectively the understudy / protege of. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Harris on this issue. So, again, Sanders claims she's more likely to be pushed on Gaza than Biden is. But that is still basically telling voters, oh yeah, that thing that's really bothering you, that Harris won't take the position that you would want, that would enable you to support her. Oh, don't worry. If we all just vote for her, because, vote blue no matter who, then suddenly she will become more malleable to changing on this topic. I don't buy it. Like, I'd have so much more respect for Harris if she came out and said, I am never going to stop being in favor of blindly supporting Israel, or should I say, I am never going to stop being in favor of supporting the Israeli government in terms of economics, while occasionally, every now and again, criticizing what they do. I'd have a lot more respect for her, because that would be a transparent admission of the fact that you're just not going to go as far as a good chunk of your voter base would like to see you go. And, look, Trump's position is trash too. I said that as well. And this is one of the reasons why Jill Stein has been getting the support that she's been getting. But it's insane to me to think that you see a candidate who all throughout the election, kind of like tries to stay in the middle. Oh, the Hamas is terrible and women were horribly blanked and all this stuff that we can agree with, right? Just no one is talking about retaliating against the Israeli government because they took out some terrorists. They're talking about the innocent people being starved to death. So it's like trying to play to both sides. And, this is one of the things we've talked about. Even if I could claim that Harris would be better on this issue, or that Harris would be more malleable, as Sanders is trying to infer, the thing about politicians is that they're at their most vulnerable and their most malleable when they're running for office, not after they get elected. After they get elected, they do not care. You saw Obama in 2012, right, running for re-election, and he pandered to the very same LGBT people who he turned his nose to back in 2008, right? Now all of a sudden he supported gay marriage because he was running out of the white vote and needed to make up for it with another group to have on his side or team up with. So this is just what they do, And with Harris, like, okay, we're supposed to have blind faith in her, right? No evidence that she's going to become more pro-Palestine just because we voted for her. But let's say that these people who are, for them, Gaza's their top issue, vote for Harris. So if she doesn't switch over, are we just supposed to wait 4 more years when she's running for re-election in 2028 to finally get her to adopt foreign policy positions that the people who were initially upset with her in 2024, it never ends with these people. They always, just vote for this person and we can get a little bit closer to whatever our preferred thing is. Just vote for this person and then we can get it just goes on and on and on. It's just like when Sanders was saying in 2020 that Biden supported the public option. Here we are 4 years later. Do you have a public option? I don't. I'm just really tired of incrementalism. You're either for stuff or you're against it. But again, let's not play any games about, oh, if we just vote for this person, give them the thing they want, then they might give us the thing we want. Except they'll have no incentive to give us the thing we want, and we'll look like suckers. But let's do it anyway.